So, we're back. In the news, basically the information that's coming in at the news desk, Nubreed Global Truth betrayed Brainwavezz Advice Topics LLC. Let's talk about it. Basically, Brainwavezz took it to social media to defend his honor after Nubreed crashed out in the video, and Brainwavezz made a video titled, "Nubreed, tell the truth, follow scripture, and don't bear false witness. Here are the receipts." Basically what happened is Brainwavezz was slandered, he was lied on, he was called a snake, he was thrown under the bus, all because Nubreed was offended because Brainwavezz took the neutral route in wanting to hear both sides of the situation. And see, this is what I've been telling you guys for a long time, man. It's like, you can try to rock with people. You can try to be cool. And you might be the kind of person you might be a cool brother. You might be cool. And it's like, when you try to interact with people, man, you put all your energy, and then this type of stuff happened. So basically, Brainwavezz was made to believe that he was going to get a flight to come on down to the Jamboree. And he was told one thing, but it didn't come to pass. He had to end up doing everything himself in terms of the flight. But in his video, if you look at it, I watched the whole 3 hours. So what we're gathering from the tapes is that he brought out all the receipts to prove himself. Nubreed did lie. He did this guy dirty. And when I say he brought out the receipts, he brought out his receipts, because receipts don't lie. Brainwavezz was responsible for security, which means during the Jamboree, he was a part of the security detail in making sure the perimeter of the land area is safe so that nobody won't come in there, cause any sort of problems. Because like I said, the land area is in a place where if somebody wanted to ambush everybody and come up and pull up, it could be a mess. So you would have to have guys on guard with guns, like literally. You would literally have to be armed out there, all right? So he was a part of the security detail. He worked in the rain, tirelessly worked. He worked and he labored in the storm that was going on during that day. There was some sort of tropical storm or something like that in North Carolina. It was pouring, it was raining all day, it was a mess. So he was working in the rain. He was helping the guests get their tents sorted, to the point where he was so overwhelmed working nonstop that he ended up getting sick, like literally. And he didn't get to set up his own tent. He had to go sleep in his car. This is all based on his own testimonies, based on the tapes. He also helped people to jump their car. Their car couldn't start. They needed to jump their cars. It was very hot. He was a part of different initiatives during the land. And based on his tapes, Nubreed wasn't really out there helping like that. Brainwavezz says that Uwitazat was out there tending to the people, but it's like Nubreed was like somewhere else. And it's just a lot of stuff that was going on, because you would think that if a man is coming down there to help and he's a part of the staff, that they would at least cover the man's flight. I mean, you know, something as simple as that, especially with the money that was generated, you would think that a flight, come on, you could at least cover that. The man is security. The man is helping with tents. All this free labor. See, this is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. What Brainwavezz experienced is what I experienced. I would say that his situation is worse because he labored at the land. Not only did he do these particular jobs, he was also the videographer. He was also the guy that was doing interviews. He had to edit the videos. And based on what I'm hearing, this is news to me. He would have to correct me on the situation. But based on what I'm hearing from Brainwavezz, he was the one that put together that promo. So I thought it was Yawitazar. I don't know. They would have to correct me on that one. I thought it was Yawitazar that edited the video and put it together. But based on Brainwavezz, he had something to do with the promo video too. So promo video, security detail, helping with the tents, jumping people's cars. There was people that was getting heat strokes or something along them lines. He had to tend to those people. So he's the medical detail too. He had to pay for his own flight out of pocket. He was the videographer. He did all the interviews. He was up all night doing security. He was sick. And then on top of that, to add insult to injury, Nubreed crashed out in a video and threw him under the bus and called him a snake. That's right. After all the work he put in. It's absolutely crazy when you think about it. All that work, and it's like you're thrown under the bus. And he had Rollo on the show. And I'm going to talk about those issues in a different video because this situation is bringing out a lot, man. It's bringing out a lot, and it's like it's putting the pieces together because I got to make a video where I have to clear the air with Rollo because even though we're not cool, I got to still correct some things. You know what I mean? I got to correct some things publicly because his name was dragged during the situation with North Carolina. And being that I said things about him on my platform, I got to kind of clear the air about those things as well because he have experienced a lot of issues during this dilemma as well. And if it wasn't for Brainwavezz taking the initiative to be a mediator in the midst of all the drama, certain people wouldn't be able to share their thoughts and their voice. And I think that once he decided to, I guess, be a mediator, that's when Nubreed got upset. Because what he was expecting was for Brainwavezz to just be on his team, Team Nubreed. In other words, we're against Ringo, Ringo's wrong. Let's just keep that narrative going. But when he decided to try to make us come to the round table to resolve the issues, all of a sudden he get dragged and thrown under the bus after all the work he provided. That's a lot of work. I mean, security detail, helping people in the rain. You're sick. You're working on tents. You're doing all of this for free. You ain't get no pay. You ain't get nothing. Now think about this, guys. Brainwavezz did what he did for free. Think about what I'm saying here now. Put it together. Start using your brain. Brainwavezz went down there as a brother. Put it together, y'all. Let it make sense. He went down there as a brother. He thought he was doing the right thing. He looked at Nubreed as a friend, as a brother in the truth. And he basically went down there to sacrifice his time to give it for the community, for the people. He showed video clips where he gave a little speech. And he was like, guys, I'm really excited about being down here. I'm just kind of paraphrasing the words. You would have to look at the tapes. But he was excited to be down there, to be a part of the event. And for him, it must have been something that was important in terms of like given to the people. serving the people. And it gave him an opportunity, not just through a social media standpoint, but he was actually boots on the ground serving the people. And it had to make him feel good to actually do that. So to do all of that work, and then you get betrayed, it'll do something to you, man. See, throughout this entire situation, when everybody was looking at me like I'm a monster, y'all don't understand. When you consider a brother a friend and you link up, you break bread, and you do all of that good stuff, and then drama starts, it's like, man, it does something to you to the point where it's like you don't trust nobody. It's like you don't even want to get close to people, man. Like you could see somebody that's cool and you just deal with them from a distance. You don't even want to deal with them because it's like, fam, people that should know better, people that should be on point, if we all having fallouts with each other, then if there was an actual land initiative, there'll be nothing but chaos and drama. It'll be nothing but chaos and drama and fights, man. You know, absolutely crazy. Hold on a second. Let me do some house cleaning real fast. Let me see. Do some house cleaning real quick. Because I don't got time for all these crazy people that come to the live chat just talking a bunch of garbage. I don't got that type of time.
For the moment.
You know. So let me set the video for subscriber only. Those are the only people allowed in the chat. You get these weirdos, they just pull up and start talking crazy. I don't got that kind of time. So let me see. All right. Okay. All right. So basically what we got is a situation of Nubreed betraying Brainwavezz because he felt that he sided with RINGOTV when that's not the case. He was trying to get everybody to come to the round table to kind of resolve the issues. See, all it takes is just one person that stands on truth to say, you know what? I'm going to sacrifice my reputation. I'm going to come out in the public and I'm going to try to get these men to, cool down, take a look at the situation and resolve it. That's what he tried to do. You know, with credit to Karatazar's video, he did a good job with his video, but Brainwavezz is the one that tried to mediate in the middle and see if he can get the men to consider a ceasefire, if you will, right? And in that process, he made a couple of videos. One in particular, I can recall he said, look, let's just stop talking about each other's names. I mean, you could talk about people's names. You could use people's names. But the way he was putting it was to try to get everybody involved to just, let's just stop using each other's names, talking about each other's names. And it's an attempt to try to make peace. It's a good thing, right? At the same time, it comes with consequences, you know, and he learned the hard way that when you really try to be a mediator in a situation, you're going to learn real quick who's who. So this man worked, he sacrificed his time. He didn't ask for payment. He didn't say, yo, Nubreed, I came down to the Jamboree. I worked. I was here all day. I need some money. He never asked for money. He came down there as a brother to do what he had to do. And this is what I'm trying to show y'all. This is what I meant when I contacted Nubreed about the move situation. I didn't contact him to do some sort of business. I contacted him as a brother in truth. That's what I contacted him for. Let me take these glasses off, shining all in the damn screen. You know, I contacted him as a brother. So when the fallout happened, you started to see the intents of a man's heart and the evil that he had inside of him. And now Brainwavezz is witnessing the same thing. Nubreed said some very bad things about the man, and that means that those things was in his heart the whole time. The whole time, man. He looked at Brainwavezz as a snake. That's very harsh to say to a man that worked for free. I mean, where's his compensation? See, Nubreed was concerned about compensation for a move, but what about Brainwavezz's compensation? Where was Nubreed to put money inside of Brainwavezz's pocket for all the work that he did at the Jamboree? Just doing security detail, that's a job. You have to put your life on the line. You got to be up at night. You got to watch what's going on. The security team got to take a break. Y'all got to do rounds, you know. You're fixing people's cars. You're fixing everybody's tents. You're tending to people that feel ill. You're recording videos. You're doing interviews. That's a lot of work. Where's his compensation? How come nobody didn't give him any money? How come nobody didn't pay for his flight? He had to come out of pocket. See, this is what I mean. This is the hypocrisy of the whole thing. It's like in my situation with a move, right? Me contacting a brother for help. I'm supposed to pay him because he feels some type of way. And everybody gang up and say I'm a bad guy. Brainwavezz go down there is one of the main staff members. He helped with the promo video. Pretty much was very invested in this. And he ain't get nothing. He ain't get nothing but a slap in the face. That's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. And like in his comment section, people are in there. He did a 3-hour video clearing the air. And let me see some of these comments. Somebody said, that's true. Brainwavezz was there from the beginning to the end. I just need to know what problem he had with you. Bless you for keeping such a sweet spirit through the whole time. That's the charity woman that wrote that comment. Let me see what else we got. There's a lot of comments. People were posting their comments about the situation because a lot of people are shocked. They're shocked I'm shocked because I would have never thought that Nubreed would betray Brainwavezz. I would never have thought that because I figured that I thought they were cool. Just like a lot of you thought me and Nubreed was cool, but we're not. Not anymore. That's never going to happen. He showed too much evil. You know, he crashed out twice. Embarrassed himself, destroyed his reputation on his own. It's clear that he's not able to be friends with anybody. I mean, he fell out with me, fell out with Mark the Messenger, fell out with Brainwavezz, fell out with Pastor Rufus, fell out with Karatazar. That's 5 guys, guys. That's 5 men. A man got to consider his ways after that part, man. It's like, this ain't about just RINGOTV and Nubreed, fam. This is about Nubreed having deep-rooted issues that is coming out. I'm also getting news on the desk that this is not the first time this happened, that this happened with other people. Meaning, before I even linked up with Nubreed to go to North Carolina to deal with the land, right? I've heard rumors and things regarding Nubreed having fallouts or having issues with other people that he was working with. And then it's like, it just stopped. Like, it just went left. So this is a pattern. This is a pattern of something that's going on, man. This is crazy. Rufus made it very clear in the video with Karatazar. He said, look, I spoke with him. Nubreed actually reached out to Pastor Rufus to get biblical sound wisdom on how to handle the situation. That means that all of that was fake. That was all fake. It was all a play to make it look like he was humble, because for him to reach out to a pastor for wisdom and then an hour later crash out in a video, curse me out, disrespect my children and my family. And if you notice, when you listen to Nubreed, he's basically saying that Ringo disrespected his family. Now, we all know that's a lie. He's projecting. I never disrespected his family, never disrespected his children. There's no receipts of that. But he's going to project that because he know he did dirty. You see what I'm talking about? So Pastor Rufus gave him advice, told him what to do. Basically told him you need to go on your big channel and you need to make a public statement regarding the situation. And he told him to apologize, right? Now, me personally, I don't accept apologies, right? I explained that in the last live stream. I made it very clear that when somebody apologizes, that don't mean I'm sorry. To everybody that's viewing the live, you got to do your research on the word apology. The word apology in its original form, in its original meaning, it don't mean I'm sorry. It mean I feel justified in doing what I done to you. To apologize is to give a public statement of why I did what I did, in terms of I was justified. In other words, the reason why I slapped you or cursed you out is because you made me mad. So I am justified in my action. So therefore, I apologize. That's what that meant. It didn't mean I'm sorry. I regret doing it. I wish I would have never did it. That's not what apology means, right? So I don't accept apologies. What I accept is that if a man wrongs another man, the way it's supposed to work is that man got to clean up the mess that he made. So if Nubreed made videos lying, manipulating the people, creating false narratives, getting other people to attack Ringo, recruiting other people to go at Ringo, right? He would have to clean up all of that mess. If Nubreed made 7 videos about Ringo, he need to make 7 videos worth correcting the situation he done, right? For example, in order for Nubreed to clean up the situation with Brainwavezz, he would have to undo all of the damage that he caused Brainwavezz. In other words, if he crashed out in a video and basically said that Brainwavezz is a snake, he's this, he's that, he's all these negative things, then Nubreed would have to come online, retract all his statements. We're not talking about a public apology. We're talking about he have to publicly clean up all the damage he caused that man's reputation. That's what he have to do. For example, in the situation with Rollo, right? Being that we had a falling out due to the situation in North Carolina when the white boy pulled up at the hotel, I looked at it as Rollo. It was Rollo's fault, all right? So in order for me to correct a wrong, I cannot come online and say, oh, Rollo, I apologize. My bad. I can't do that. That's not the manly thing to do. That's not the right thing to do, because if I said anything about that man that may have been untrue, I would have to correct any sort of damage that I caused his reputation. You see what I mean? I'm going to deal with that in a separate video, because when we make videos online, right, and we have fallouts or disagreements, we say things, we say words, and these words, it make the audience look at people a different way. And if we're not careful, it can harm someone's public image. Now, if someone deserves what they got, then it is what it is. But in a situation like this, a lot happened. And a lot of people got thrown under the bus. Names got mixed in. For example, in the situation with Rollo, I believe he made a couple of videos where I think he said something along the lines of them brothers, meaning me and Nubreed, or whatever the case is, set him up, or something with a woman. I'm not sure if he's referring to Charity or whatever the case is. I don't know that woman. I don't know her. So if Rollo's listening, I understand you have your opinions about the situation regarding her, but I don't even know that woman. You know, I don't know her. I don't know about any sort of setup stuff. I don't do that type of stuff by sending women to go after a man or whatever the case is. I don't do that. I don't know what Nubreed did in that situation, but that was him that had that interview with that woman, where she was pretty much sharing her personal business with you. That's his interview. That wasn't on my channel, all right? And if I'm correct, even though the interview was kind of shocking, and I kind of sided with the things the woman was saying in that interview, I think I spoke on it and a little bit, in a way, it wasn't right what Nubreed did, because even though at the time I had a disagreement with Rollo, Nubreed wanted to get a little messy. And he went and said, you know what, I'm gonna go and get a woman to try to make Rollo's image look bad. So now if you look at today, how Nubreed moves, he normally go to a woman or try to do something with a woman to make another man look bad. You got to look at the pattern. So when he was interviewing the woman regarding Rollo, the woman didn't even know she was being streamed. She didn't even know she was on air. If you go back to that tape, I don't know if he removed the video, but if you go back to that tape, she didn't even know she was online. Nubreed went live and was publicly airing out a situation between Rollo and some woman. And it was dirty. It was dirty work. I ain't gonna lie. I had my thoughts to say regarding the situation. A lot of people were involved in terms of giving their thoughts about it. And it made Rollo look like a bad guy. It made him look like he was into some old forcing women to do this and that. And, you know, it was really messy. And that's the kind of stuff that could destroy a man's reputation. So now, in order for those situations to be corrected publicly, a man just can't say, I apologize. He would have to come online and clean up that mess so that the man that was wronged can feel better due to the pain and the suffering he had to go through in terms of his public image. Do you understand what I mean now? So it's not enough just to say, I'm sorry. It's not enough just to say that. You got to clean up the mess. You know, whatever that man had to deal with in terms of with that woman, that should have never came online. That should have been something that if the woman felt it was something that needed to be said, she should have did it herself. It was as if though Nubreed pulled it out of her and wanted the public to look at Rollo as a horrible person. So it's not, it turned from what went down in North Carolina with the white boy to now here's some more dirt to put on his name. And that's how social media is, man. It's a real dirty game. It's just like right now, you got the situation with Nubreed versus Ringo versus Mark the Messenger versus everybody and Brainwavezz and everybody, right? And people are busy talking about old news with RINGOTV and some other woman. She's not thinking about me. I'm not thinking about her. But people decide, let me talk about that. And it's like, you got to think, like, what are they trying to do? Create drama, all right? So stuff like that, in order for it to be rectified, a man has to clean it up. You got to clean it up. On the night of, whatchamacallit, when the white boy pulled up at the hotel. It was a bad night. It was a bad feeling. There was a lot going on. And Rollo pretty much took the fall for that situation. But there was a lot of things going on to the point where I didn't even trust Nubreed. I'm just being honest with you, fam. I didn't trust nobody because I'm looking at it like, why is this dude here? Who authorized this? Who made this happen? Because it's not supposed to happen. There's no reason somebody's at a hotel after midnight when we're coming in. They had to know. Somebody had to set that up. And that really pissed me off. So in that process, Rollo got thrown under the bus. You know, he got dragged. And it was just a bad situation all around for everybody. But for whatever reason, Nubreed was able to survive the situation, even though he was supposed to be cut off that night too, because I didn't trust him. He was supposed to be cut off that night. I promise you. He was supposed to be cut off too, because I didn't trust him. There was just something about the vibe, man. It was just off. I don't know what it was. It was almost like, I don't know. Was it Rollo that had to go, or was it Nubreed that had to go? It's like now that all of this mess is coming up, it's like, damn, who was the one carrying the spirit, fam? Who was the one that carried that evil spirit that night? I don't know. That's why both of them were supposed to be cut off. But for whatever reason, when we was coming out the hotel to leave, we was heading back to New York, we was headed into the parking lot, and I seen Nubreed walking with two ladies. He was walking with two ladies, right? But here's the kicker. I didn't even see him. I was just walking with my luggage, doing my thing, leaving, and he was with two ladies. And I don't recall him being with these two ladies. I don't even know who they are. I'm like, hold up, I don't recall you being with these ladies, so I don't even know who they are. And he had got my attention. He's like, yo. And I look, and it was him. So I didn't even expect him to be there. I thought he done left because he was supposed to leave too. So we was pretty much chopping it up for a minute. And pretty much we was talking about the Rollo situation. And it was almost as if though I convinced myself, yeah, it was all Rollo's fault. Yeah, it had to be, you know, because you figure Rollo is cool with the white boy. He had to know something. And again, I don't know who did that situation. I don't have no clue who did that situation. All I'm saying is that particular night, Nubreed was supposed to go. He was supposed to go, but because we were talking, it's like I was able to calm my nerves because I didn't trust nobody. You know what I mean? I didn't trust nobody that night. It was a dark night. A lot of stuff was happening, and it taught me a lot about never to go anywhere and interact with people on YouTube because you never know who they know that's going to come up and pretty much start some drama, because I could have went to jail that night because the dude that pulled up at the hotel, you know, he was out of pocket. And if my wife wasn't there, I would have punched him in the face. Like I would have did something to that dude because he was out of line and he was running his mouth too much. And I didn't like that. And I don't even know him and I don't even like him. So it's like, don't come near me. Don't even do that. Don't play those games because I see you as somebody that is coming near to either harm me or try me. And you're going to get dealt with, right? So it was my wife that told me to chill out and was pulling me back to go to the hotel. So under those circumstances, I was like, I'm never doing that again. And it was a lesson learned about you link up with people and you think everybody is cool, but you really don't know these people. Like, even though I linked up with Nubreed, Rollo, all of that looked good for social media, but do you know these people? Do you know these men? You know them from social media, but you don't know these men. See what I mean? Yeah, we went to the dealership, we went shopping, you know, we did a lot of stuff. But that doesn't mean you know them. You see what I mean? So what that taught me is it's a bad idea to go around, you know, hanging out with people you don't even really know. It's like, y'all just social media guys. You know, to the social media viewer, it looks cool. Rollo, Ringo, Nubreed. That looks official. That's a good look for social media. But the thing is, y'all don't really know each other. You know what I mean? So it could be a dangerous situation. So when I look at all the stuff that's going on, it's the same way with Brainwavezz LLC, because he know of Nubreed from social media. So when he went down there to the Jamboree, that's most likely probably his first time meeting Nubreed in person. And to have the experience of meeting Nubreed in person, do all this work as a brother, and then to see Nubreed crash out, disrespect him, call him a snake, you can't recover from stuff like that. We talk about forgiveness, we talk about we gotta squash this, but y'all don't understand what that does inside, man. You don't know, you don't understand. When you're called a snake after you put in work to help a community of people, it does something to you inside, man. It really messes with your spirit, because it's like you want to trust everybody. You want to have that brotherly love. You want to love your sisters. You want to really experience being around people that rep the Most High. You really want to see these things prosper. And then when it end up like this, man, it really challenges your faith. And we can't keep living in a world where we go through these type of things and then we're online talking about the Bible, man, because it's like people looking at this as a joke. They like, look, all of y'all a joke. Y'all all a joke, fam. Ringo, you're a joke. Nubreed's a joke. Y'all all a joke. I don't want to hear nothing from none of y'all, because y'all talking all this stuff about God. Y'all can't even work out y'all issues. And it seems easy to say that, but if those very same people that pass those judgments look in their own personal life, your life is probably worse. You can't get along with nobody either. You got issues yourself. But it's easy to cast the judgment because you can see the drama play out. But what about when you're in situations? The truth of the matter is, when you're tested and challenged and you go through trials and tribulations, that is when you really know who's who. A man and a woman, a husband and a wife, will not understand if they really love one another until they go through a traumatic situation. You know, everything could be nice when everything is good and your rent is paid, your mortgage is good, and you got your house and your car and the money is in the bank. All of that's nice. But what about when your husband loses his job? Is that woman going to really be faithful? What about if your wife is unable to produce children? Are you going to still love her? Like, when these challenges really hit, are you going to be there for the long haul, or are you going to give up? So a lot of times when it comes to fallouts and different things with different men, it's because you really don't know one another. You really don't. And we were really never taught to understand the importance of really getting to know one another. We say this when it comes to relationships between a man and a woman, but when it comes to relationships between men and men in terms of friendships and brotherhood, you really got to break bread. You really got to get to know who this man is and how he really moves and what he really think about you from the heart. Because we can really act when we in front of people. We can act like we cool. We can go to bowling alleys. It could look good for social media. But deep down inside, y'all don't know each other. Y'all do not know each other, man. And that's the mistake that a lot of us make in these streets, man, when it comes to just being out here. We make this mistake and we end up getting in trouble, you know? So when I look at all of this drama going on, now Nubreed betrayed Brainwavezz after all that he put in with the UP Farm situation. It's a bad look for UP Farms. And I don't think that Nubreed is capable of understanding the magnitude of the problem in what is being done in the public perception. The public is looking at this thing and it's disgusting, because All Brainwavezz did is try to mediate the situation, to try to bring brothers together. He's the only one that actually took that initiative. He could have said, look, to heck with all of this. I'm just going to be Team Nubreed and do what I got to do. It is what it is. But now he experienced something that really got his attention. And he said in his video, he now understands how Ringo felt. And this is how I felt throughout the entire ordeal. But when you look at social media, everybody coming against me, saying I'm a horrible person because I didn't do this. I'm like, listen, y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even understand what's happening here. So now he's experiencing this. Think about how he feel to see Nubreed blast him on his channel, and you got 600-700 people in the building, and they all laughing and saying, yeah, forget all those guys. Those guys are crazy. And you put in all this work for the land. You think that's going to make that man want to be a part of any land? No. That turns you completely off, man. You don't want to be a part of nothing, man. And that ruins business, man. It messes everything up, man. It really destroys your credibility. It says that you can't really do business with one another. It's just sad, man. When it came down to the situation at the hotel, when I felt that unction that Nubreed got some sort of dirt, I ignored it because, again, it was a tough call. It was a tough call to judge at that moment, even though my gut feeling, I normally go with my gut feeling. It's just that in that situation, I just made a choice. Because both of them were supposed to be cut off that night. Because I didn't understand what the play was or who lined this up or what was going on. But being that Rollo is more familiar with the white boy, you would assume that he had to have some sort of communication with him. And based on some of the receipts that we brought out, he communicated with him. They spoke. So the way the play happened, it was just too obvious, man, that somebody had to know. But I didn't trust Nubreed. I did not trust him. That is my word. Like, we had to talk. We literally talked in the parking lot for about probably 45 minutes. We were there for a long time talking, you know what I mean? And I was on edge. He was on edge. You know what I mean? It was not a normal conversation. It was one of them conversations like, I'm talking to you, but I don't trust you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking to you, but I don't trust you. But I'm giving you the opportunity to speak. So we cleared up the air and decided to move past that situation. But deep down inside, even though I had that conversation, I still didn't feel right. Still felt like something wrong, man. And then Rollo basically prophesied. He said, you and Nubreed gonna fall out in a video. He was upset. He was going in. He was roasting us, you know, rightfully so. He had every right to roast and share his commentary about the situation because he felt that he was blamed for the situation with the white boy. And again, I got to probably, well, I'm clearing the air in this video, so I don't know. I might just talk in this particular video rather than a separate video, or I might talk in a separate video. You never know. But the point is, he felt that he was wronged in the situation, and maybe he was wronged. Maybe he didn't have fully everything to do with that situation. Maybe it was a misunderstanding in that situation. Maybe it was just wrong place, wrong time. Or the white boy pretty much was following the live stream that Rollo did at the bowling alley, which made him realize that we're at the bowling alley, so we got to come back to the hotel. So it could have been one of them type of situations, or it could have been that they were communicating. Either way, I don't got no problem with Rollo if you're listening. Even though the situation transpired the way it happened, you know, it's like, it's one of them things, man, where you just got to clear the air with the drama, right? We don't all have to be friends and like we're all cool. You know what I mean? You don't have to be that way. You know, you do your thing, I do my thing. But the situation that happened that night, it was a bad situation. It could have got really ugly real fast. And it's all in front of the hotel. one big commotion. I didn't come down here for that, right? So it's something we can all learn from and whatnot. But I don't got no problem with Rollo. If you're a viewer and you heard me say a lot of negative stuff regarding Rollo, I retract those statements. Even though I was angry, even though, you know what I mean, I felt he had everything to do with the situation with the white boy, I don't have 100% accurate information regarding that situation. All I got is the text messages, which to me was enough to charge him with involvement, but it's the past. You know what I mean? You live, you learn, you grow, right? But if I said anything regarding the situation with Rollo and my involvement, right, I retract those statements. So if you watch older videos where I went in and roasted him or whatever the case is, don't look at him in a bad light because of that situation, right? He's doing his own thing. I'm doing my thing. We don't have to be cool, but we have to know how to disagree, move on, and respect one another, right? And not, I guess, harbor the anger forever, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because again, Brainwavezz had him on his platform and I listened to when he was talking. He made a couple of videos a few days ago or, you know, a couple of weeks back. And for whatever reason, he felt that he was wrong in the situation. He said that we lied on him. And like I said, maybe there was some information that may have not been accurate, right? But in the situation with that woman, I have nothing to do with that woman in terms of, because he said something about somebody set him up with some woman or whatever. That have nothing to do with me. I don't know Charity. I have never spoke to her. I don't know her, right? Nubreed communicated with that woman. And when he made that live stream, you know, that was a bad look. It definitely made Rollo look crazy, right? But I believe that that was a play to damage Rollo because of the situation that happened that night, so that Nubreed could, I guess, prove something to the public and I could look at Nubreed and trust him more. In other words, wow, Nubreed went in on Rollo, man. Yo, man. It was one of them type of things. Maybe I'm wrong, but nonetheless, that was damaging to Rollo's reputation. So again, there's two sides to every story. The woman shared her side. I believe Rollo shared his side. And if he was really a bad guy, why is she there? So it's just one of them things, man. It's just messy situations, man. But again, in order to clean up that situation, if I had anything to say regarding that woman situation that ruined Rollo's career or made him look bad, right? I retract all of those statements. And if you're viewing the content and you're listening to me right now, I don't got no issue with him, right? He's doing his thing respectfully. I'm doing my thing. You know, he's in these YouTube streets. He's just his own man. He's his own man. We had disagreements. I'm not into saying I apologize. That's just being fake. You know what I mean? You got to do something, right? You got to do something to clear the air. You just can't just say, I apologize for this, I apologize for that, and all that other mess. This is just my way of trying to clear the air regarding that situation. Because again, because of Brainwavezz videos, I feel that opened the door for some sort of reconciliation, if that makes sense. In other words, we ain't all cool, we ain't all friends, we ain't all buddies, but because of what Brainwavezz did, it allows a door to open up where men can kind of have a conversation to resolve certain issues. You know what I mean? I said some things about Brainwavezz. I said we're not cool. You know what I mean? Said a few things about him and whatnot. But, you know, it is what it is. When you angry, you say things. You know what I mean? When you angry, you say things. But I never went ham and totally crashed out disrespecting people, families, and kids like Nubreed. That's not anger, man. That's hate. That's deep-rooted hate and pain that cannot be undone, you know? So at Brainwavezz, I don't got no problem with you, fam. I appreciate the fact that you took the time to try to get people together. You let people on your show. You had people that you would consider the enemy, but you brung them on. And you tried to have that conversation. And nobody did that. Everybody was just entertained. Everybody was just having a fun party with the situation. And they're laughing and they're giggling because they like seeing us go back and forth and fight. It's entertaining, you know? It's entertaining to see that type of stuff. But I think that because of Brainwavezz videos, it gave me the courage to speak out on those particular issues, because we're still men. We're brothers. We're brothers in the truth. If we disagree, right, we should have civil discourse, but at times we don't, because we're in the public, so we get angry. But when it goes overboard and then it starts getting personal and people start really going in and doing disrespectful things, insulting people's families and kids and just saying horrible things, it gets to a point where you can't repair that no more. You know what I mean? So again, a lot of things was said about Rollo. It's unfortunate. You can't turn back the hands of time. But at the same time, you can move forward from those situations. I was happy to see that he spoke up about different issues on Brainwavezz broadcast, and you actually let him on the air. And it takes a lot to do that. It takes a lot to open your channel up to different people that you may have had a disagreement with. It takes a lot to do that. And nobody did that. You know, again, respect to Karatazar. He had a video where he tried to add in correction and reproof. But Brainwavezz was the one that actually opened his channel to different people, even Michael Israel. And the interesting thing about this is that Rollo not only predicted the fallout between me and Nubreed, he was the first one to predict that, not Pastor Dow. Pastor Dow got that from Rollo. Just in case y'all all wondering how Straightway is boasting about how, yeah, we knew they were going to fall out. No. Y'all got that from Rollo. Rollo was the one who said Nubreed and Ringo is going to fall out. I got it on tape when he said it. To the point where I went to Nubreed privately and talked about it and was like, yo, Rollo said we're gonna have a fallout. And, you know, it was kind of funny because we're laughing behind the scenes, but what Rollo said came to pass. It's almost like he saw and predicted what was going to happen. And when he said that, Pastor Dow and them, they saw his video. So they went and started to go to their channel saying, yeah, these two guys, they're going to fall out. And now they're taking the credit for what Rollo initially said. Not that Rollo is happy that you fell out. It's just that he probably knew, based on the circumstances, that, yeah, they might have thrown me under the bus, but you watch and see. They're going to fall out. Trust me. And he knew. Because, again, when you're with the Most High, you have to understand something, ladies and gentlemen. All of us brothers, regardless of all the drama, we are connected to the Most High in some sense. So there is a bit of discernment in all of us to see the future, to discern good and evil. And even if we disagree, that does not negate the facts that each of us have a connection with the Most High. So not only did Rollo predict the fallout between me and Nubreed, he also predicted that with Brainwavezz. Brainwavezz brought that up in his video, which I didn't even know. But he brought that up, that he was going to have a situation with Brainwavezz. And it came to pass. And now Rollo is saying something along the lines of P. Diddy Dow is going to have an issue with Michael Israel. Now, I don't know. I'm not wishing for that. I'm just reporting news, right? So now, again, the situation is really, really bad because the public is watching. I understand that. But Nubreed didn't follow the Bible in the case of Brainwavezz. He didn't go to him privately. The Bible says if you have a problem with a brother, go to him privately. Nubreed never went to Brainwavezz privately. He didn't call him on the phone. He didn't do anything. He just went straight to the internet, threw him under the bus. So what this is supposed to show you, folks, is the character on how he didn't go to his brother privately and say, yo, Brain, I got an issue with what you said in your video. It's like you're trying to diss me or something. Like, I thought you was Team Nubreed. Nah, it's not that. I rock with you, fam. At the same time, you know, Ringo has a right to share his thoughts and his side. Ringo didn't even come out with his side yet. Ringo been defending himself the whole time. He haven't even brought out a tape. He didn't even do nothing yet. And everybody already done took Nubreed's side, accusing me of owing him money. And all he does is mock and say, yeah, he's mowing the lawn and he's doing this. Nubreed don't even have a lawn to mow. But he keep mocking and playing these little games, like, and the people are entertained by this type of stuff. Listen, I understand it's social media. I understand there's a bit of entertainment in it. But within all of these men, they're supposed to be speaking truth. And he's supposed to own up when he's wrong. I don't think that Nubreed can admit he's wrong at all. His apology was fake. Y'all all seen that play out in real time. He said he apologized 3 times, but then he crashed out and cursed me out again, disrespected my children again, was releasing curses with his mouth. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. He used his tongue for evil. And he did this on his smaller channel rather than his big channel. And what's interesting is the channel he did it on is his Nubreed Entertainment channel, which means it's entertainment. You see what I'm saying? So it's not truth. It's entertainment. He's entertaining an audience. That's a bad look, fam. Bad witness. It's bad for business. Nobody won't take him serious. Like, I would never do business with him. Once you disrespect my children, my daughters, I can never, ever accept anything from you, ever. There's nothing you can do, right? Because the children is always off limits. You don't ever go after the children. So when he disrespected my kids and basically proclaimed that having daughters is a curse from God, this is what he said, you know? Said you're gonna never have sons. Now, that was Satan speaking through him. That was Satan. But it's almost like if you're never gonna have sons and you're not equipped to have sons, then that means your daughters is a curse from God. So now all of the black women are looking at Nubreed like, so hold up, you got a problem with daughters now? So all your daughters, you don't see them as precious from the Most High? You see them as nothing. That's sad. Really, really sad. But in defense to the daughters of Zion, as much as these men disrespect you and think you ain't nothing, they need you. Because all of Nubreed's sons, they're going to need wives. They're going to need daughters of Zion. So it's never a good idea to disrespect daughters, because the Most High loves his daughters. He loves the daughters of Zion. And if you're a man and you have nothing but girls, that's a blessing. It's not a curse. Because those very men that have sons need daughters for their sons. That's how we all able to sustain life and procreate. You know what I mean? The late Kobe had nothing but daughters, yet he was a great man. Do you understand my point? He wasn't a weak man because he ain't have no sons. But for Nubreed to say what he said openly and publicly, that was evil. Came from the heart. something he always had inside of him. So there's a lot of learning in this process. There's a lot to grow from at Brainwavezz. You did a good job. Like I said, the only issue I had with your video was the prayer at the end, but it is what it is, right? The video attempt was a good job because you really did try to bring the brothers together. You did. You did it from the heart. The Most High seen your work. It's appreciated. We had our disagreements and whatnot. Like I said, I don't got no problem with you. I retract my statements. Anything that I may have said to you that was negative. I don't know what I said to you, but I know I said we're not cool, we're not friends, we're not this. You're a brother in the truth. I wish you well. It's just a humbling experience. And I think that if more men in truth do the kind of content that you did, that attempt, it will have effect on brothers to, I guess, humble themselves a little bit. Because, you know, you have a lot of brothers with strong opinions, strong spirits. And even if your channel is smaller, I can still acknowledge my faults and I can still come into the public and speak to the camera and address situations. You're a content creator just like us. There have been times I felt that you've been sneak dissing and you did have an interview where you said a few things that I didn't agree with. At the same time, it is what it is. This is social media. You know, we're going to talk about each other. We're going to have commentary. And as long as we're able to respect one another and not be fake, but be for real, right? I think that we can move on from disagreements. And the people will see that side and say, okay, now this is what I'm talking about. This is what I like to see. Rather than giving fake apologies like some people and then they put their apology on members only, like Mark the Messenger did, that's fake, right? That's not being sincere. That's not being real with the people. So again, I appreciate your effort in trying to get the brothers to come together. And I'm talking to Brainwavezz Advice LLC. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to come on camera and actually address these issues because you're going to lose friends when you do that. You're going to lose support when you do that. I saw the comments. People in the live chat was like, they were saying something in regards to it looks like you're flip-flopping. See, what they're trying to do is make you get off your square. You did what you were supposed to do. You did what was needed. You did what a lot of the people wanted to see. It may not be the popular thing to do, but it was the Bible thing to do. And you sacrificed your name, your channel, and everything to do it. And in the process, look what it did. It caused a fallout between you and Nubreed, you know, and it affects potential business in the future. Like with me personally, as much as people are watching the situation with Nubreed is done. Like he did too much evil. It's just too much. He got to go his way. I go my way. You know what I mean? It is just that simple. You know what I mean? He's spoken too much evil, y'all. There's too much. You can't listen. You can't have these crash out videos and being that wicked and then expecting everybody to be buddy. Can't do that. You know what I mean? In the situation with Rollo, that situation could be repaired. You know what I mean? Situation with Brainwavezz, that can be repaired. Those are minor disagreements. It can be repaired. Not saying we all friends, not saying we're gonna go have beers and be cool, but I still consider those guys brothers, right? Nubreed is a brother in the truth. Regardless of the evil he done, he's still a brother in the truth. It's just that me and him will never be cool and we'll never be friends and never be in any sort of agreement, but he's still a brother in the truth. I'm not one of these guys that say, oh, we're not brothers anymore. He got to rectify his situation with the Most High. He got to really deal with his anger issues and the demons that literally take over his being. He got to deal with those things, you know? It's a learning process, right? He feel that I'm trying to destroy him. This is what he feels. It's not me trying to destroy anything. I'm just defending my honor. And in the process of me defending myself, you're looking bad. It's just that simple. It's like, by your words, you'll be justified, and by your words, you'll be condemned. That's Bible. I cannot destroy a person's reputation. I can't do that. I can say some things that are untrue, but at the same time, if you're a man of character, a man of moral excellence, doesn't matter really what I say. The people are going to rock with you regardless because they know your fruits. But when you're out here crashing out and it seems like everybody you come in contact with, you're having fallouts, man, nobody going to take you serious, fam. Everybody going to look at you and be like, look, I was rocking with you, but damn, you fell out with Brainwavezz, bro. And he had words for Pastor Rufus. Come on, man. Come on now. Pastor Rufus? When you called him for advice? Come on, man. This is, you can't, listen, you can't fall out with all these guys, man. And it's all our faults. So what is he going to say? Brainwavezz is harassing him and bullying him? No, man. You're just not a people person, fam. You got an issue with accountability. You can talk the talk, but you're not walking the walk, fam. You did not contact Brainwavezz privately. You did not go to him privately like a man and say, yo, fam, I got an issue. And I'm sure Nubreed has his number. He didn't call him privately. He didn't have a chat on the phone about it before he went to social media. He went to social media and threw that man under the bus after he worked for free for the people. Not saying he needed to be paid, but I'm trying to keep this in context so y'all can see the balance between my situation and Brainwavezz's situation. Brainwavezz went down there as a brother. He did not go down there to get compensated, y'all. He did not. Now, they should have took care of the man's flight. If he's coming down there as staff and you guys made money on the ticket sales, come on, man. That man should not be paying for no ticket. Based on the receipts he's shown, it was said to him that he was supposed to have his flight or whatever. I'm not sure if it was a discount or it was supposed to be covered. So don't quote me on that, right? But I think it was supposed to be like a discount on the flight or something along those lines, or his flight was supposed to be covered. I don't know. So it came out of his pocket. So he paid out of pocket, worked and toiled for free, and then get disrespected. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. That's not supposed to be, man. It's not supposed to be. And the whole time when stuff like this happen, P. Diddy Dowling them is going to be like this. They're going to be laughing. Just like they're laughing at the fact that me and Nubreed fell out. They could laugh. I don't really care about that because at the end of the day, I still feel the same way about those guys at the end of the day. I just don't agree with Michael Israel. I think that he's a very, very, he's the type of man that loves to instigate drama. And I don't respect that. At a man of his age, looking in on the situation, I think that he's supposed to know how to, he can have his opinion. I'm not saying he can't have his opinions, right? It's his channel. He can do what he want to do as a man. I just feel that he instigate too much and he focus on people pockets too much. That's another thing that he focused on, people pockets and instigating the drama. He never came with solutions to actually resolve anything. And I get it. I don't expect him to, right? But my point is, if you're going to talk in the context of, wow, these guys, maybe the situation is going too far, you know, because he's in his video, he's, you know, talking about, yeah, you know, Ringo's talking about guns and this and that and blah, 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 and how, yeah, you know, when I shower with my gun and all this other mess. They all misconstruing what I'm saying, right? You had another YouTuber that was talking about the situation, and he was like, yeah, his title is something along the lines of Ringo told Nubreed he's going to shoot him. This is pretty much his title, y'all. This is pretty much his title, fam. This is what I mean when people sensationalize stories. Ringo, I'm not sure what the title, but it has something along the lines of Ringo said he's going to shoot, or he's going to shoot Nubreed. That's pretty much what he's saying. And that's not the case. What I said in my previous video is that if a man come to my door with drama, then it's on and popping, fam. What, you think I'm going to sit there and play these little games with you? You coming to my house with my family? Nah, I'm going to deal with you. That's all. That's what I said. I never said that I'm going out and I'm looking for this dude. That's not what I said. So when you see these guys making these videos, putting out this type of information, it'll put things in people's minds that I'm out here trying to hunt down a brother to take him out. That's not what I said. What I'm talking about in context is defending my property and my home if a dude decide he wanted to pull up and act a fool. You're gonna get dealt with. That's the truth. Just like in the community I'm at, everybody got a gun, bro. Like everybody. Listen. There's 7 officers that live in this community. 7 police officers that live in this community. Everybody out here got a gun. Back there in the woods, it's nothing but target practice all day. You know what I'm saying? At least on the weekend. It's target practice. People be busting their damn guns all the time. And it's normal, right? So the last thing you want to do is go on somebody's property acting a fool. That's the last thing you want to do. So when you're in a Second Amendment state, there's respect that people understand. Everybody know not to F with nobody. Everybody knows that. That's a rule. That's all I'm saying. You come to the property with some ray stuff, or I want to fight, fam, you do that, it's going to be a problem. That's all I'm saying. Never said that I'm going out there hunting down this dude. I don't provoke stuff like that. So when I see people making these videos suggesting that I'm going outside or I threaten Nubreed, fam, why y'all going out there stirring the pot to make content like that? That's very misleading, because I never said that. And this is what Michael Israel was trying to imply, and that's what another YouTuber was trying to imply. You never seen me brandish guns on my videos. You know why? Because it's in the terms of service. I don't know if YouTubers know that, but if YouTube see that, it can be a problem. I just want to let you know that. If you have a gun channel, right, there are certain rules that apply. You can't be pointing guns at the camera. Like, let me explain something to you, right? Watch this. If you have a gun and you're streaming live and you point your gun at the camera, your channel could be terminated just for that. Go look at the rules. Go look at the YouTube rules, y'all. They updated their rules at least several months ago, and that's a new rule. It only applies for live streaming. So if you're streaming live and you take out your firearm and you point it at the screen, like you pointing it, and I can see down the barrel of your gun, you could lose your channel, your whole channel, right? I know you'll lose monetization. I believe you'll lose monetization first, and you'll lose your ability to go live. I think that's what it is. And I think if you violate it again, they'll delete your YouTube channel. So when you have a gun, it is not something that you just show off with. I don't do stuff like that, you know? Now, I'm not saying you can't have guns on your wall. You can have guns on your wall. There's nothing wrong with that. Where you fall in hot water is when you pulling out your gun and you pointing it at the screen, like you threatening and targeting people. That can get you in hot water, you know? So you don't want to do stuff like that. There's nothing to prove, right? Let me see. Because it happened to a YouTuber that has a gun channel. He was live and he pointed his gun at the camera and you saw right down the barrel of the gun, and he lost monetization on his channel. I think he lost monetization and the ability to go live. He couldn't go live no more, because in YouTube's eyes, you might be on A S, you know what S mean? An S mission. Like homicide, the S that rhymes with homicide, you're on a mission. So when they see you do stuff like that, the algorithm will trigger YouTube and they'll pull your live stream down because it looks like you're threatening the viewers with a gun. So you don't want to do that. That's why in my videos I say Second Amendment, right? All of that is for me to speak in code, but I'm not threatening nobody. But when you see these YouTubers, they spin your video and they say, oh, you're threatening Nubreed, you're threatening to take him out, you're threatening to Second Amend him. Fam, that's not a threat. That's me speaking facts. If I go on anybody's property out here and I got a Second Amendment in my hand and I'm standing outside screaming, fam, it's going to be a problem for me if I do that. If I stand outside on someone's property and I got a weapon and they're looking out their window and they see a Second Amendment in my hand and I'm banging their door forcefully, they got every right to defend their house. Every right. That's what I was talking about, right? That's not a threat. That's common sense, right? So now, moving forward with this situation with Brainwavezz, I don't know. I don't know how this situation gonna move. He said he's cool with Uwitazat. That's him. Me personally, my opinion of Uwitazat is that he failed in this situation with Nubreed because he should have been counseling Nubreed to deal with these issues in a more civil way. And I don't even know. Maybe those guys are not even cool no more, for all we know. Probably not even cool no more. And if they are, Uwitazat got to clean that mess up with his man, because all that did is gave UP Farms a bad name, period. It gave it a bad, horrible name, because all of those people that came out there, they're in shock because they all like Brainwavezz. Brainwavezz has been very instrumental in the Jamboree. It seemed like all the ladies know who he is. A lot of the brothers know who he is. And his name got out there due to that Jamboree. So he got the support of the people right now. He definitely got the support of the people. It is what it is. So I'm just reporting on the news about this situation. Like I said, you could check out his channel, Brainwavezz Advice Topics LLC. I'll put his video in the description area on my channel if you want to go check out his side of the story where you can hear from himself. He brought out receipts. He explained himself. I listened to the whole video in its entirety. I didn't skip through nothing. I didn't listen to 5 minutes. I listened to the whole 3 hours while I was working around the house. All right. So that's all I'm going to say on this particular issue, unless something else comes up. It's an unfortunate situation to see that a staff member from the Jamboree was betrayed by Nubreed in a crash out video. Nubreed left the crash out video. The second crash out video is up. The first one that he did was more severe. He took that one down. And the sad thing about it is he said he took it down because he felt bad about what he did. If y'all can all recall in the video where he was talking about Mark the Messenger, he said that he took down the crash out video because he felt convicted. He felt really bad about what he did. He felt horrible about what he did. That was the Holy Spirit convicting him about his wrong. But now for him to do another crash out, retract his apologies, which were fake, I already told you that, and then decided to curse me out again, a bunch of name calling, a bunch of silly stuff, just real petty stuff, it makes his public image look horrible. And I don't think he realized that. You know, I don't think he understands the damage he caused himself. You know, it's to the point where I don't even have to say nothing. It's like he destroyed his own self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. It's serious, right? Yeah, so I'm going to get up on out of here. You know, I got to get something to eat. Shout out to all the mods in the building. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Again, guys, just for the record, for the court of public opinion, I don't got no problem with Rollo, and if Rollo is listening. I know we don't agree on the situation and whatnot, but I don't got no problem with you, right? Doesn't mean we're friends. Doesn't mean we're going to go have a beer or whatever the case is. At the same time, I'm just trying to clear the air. Maybe that's a start, you know? Maybe in the future, we might be cool. I'm not saying that. It's one of them things where I'm just trying to clear the air, and you can pretty much thank Brainwavezz for that. You know what I'm saying? Because his video, it created a bridge where bridges were burnt. What Brainwavezz did is he built a bridge for men to cross over and connect. Doesn't mean you're cool. Doesn't mean y'all all friends. Doesn't mean y'all gonna all go out and hang out again. That doesn't mean that. You know, you do your thing, I do my thing. But at the end of the day, it's just my way of correcting any wrongs. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe I said some things in my videos about Rollo that maybe wasn't 100% truth. But because of my notoriety, because of my name, my status, people probably took certain things I said and ran with it, and it made Rollo look crazy. So under those circumstances, I would have to take accountability for that. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong, but at the same time, in order to clear the air and I guess put that behind me, like, you know, it was the past, it happened. If I did anything that may have caused you any sort of damage, right? That's my way of making the public who watch my videos not look at the man as if though, oh, don't trust Rollo, he's crazy, leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, for example, let's say some of you folks, you unsubscribed from Rollo because of the situation. You know, at the end of the day, it's not worth unsubscribing because of a situation. You know, if you like his content, subscribe to his channel. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's like, if he did something that's out of pocket that you feel he's not worthy of your viewership, then that's your personal decision. But due to the circumstances that happened in the past, all I'm saying is that use your own brain, right? If you rock with him, then rock with him. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, everybody got to eat. Everybody needs that support. And I just want to make that clear publicly, right? So it doesn't mean we're all friends. It doesn't mean we're cool again. We're going to go get some beers. It's just one of them things where I'm just trying to clear the air with these particular men and show some sort of respect in the situation. We have our disagreements, and we're able to move forward. See, these are the type of things that should have happened with Nubreed. But the thing is, he took a different route, and he burned down all sorts of bridges. He did so much evil. It's like, it's so bad. I don't even want to hear from this dude, bro. Like, seriously. When you talk about my kids, bro, my girls, bro, that's all I got, fam. All I got is my girls, man. They're the reason why I'm alive. They're the reason why I do what I do. They're the reason why I moved to North Carolina. It's to put my girls in a better situation because I don't want to see them suffer. I don't want to see them in the hood. I don't want to see them there. I don't want them to end up with some ninja and then they end up becoming some baby mama somewhere and I'm out here looking crazy. So I try to do my job to put them in a better situation. Not saying that they'll make all the right decisions in life, but at least I had to sacrifice in order to make sure that they're good. That's why I do what I do. So to hear that level of disrespect, man, it's just really bad, man. So, hey, again, to Brainwavezz, got no problem with you. You know, I subscribe to your channel. You know, I watch your content. You know, it is what it is. I appreciate the fact that you spoke your piece. You decided to be neutral in the situation. All the disagreements I had with you regarding some of the content that you made, it's the past. I mean, even if you have the videos up, I don't care if you keep the videos up. You can keep whatever you want up. It's your channel. It's your business. I just don't have no issues with you, right? So I just want to clear the air with that. So if I said anything publicly regarding Brainwavezz LLC, I just want my viewers to know that I retract those statements, right? I don't got no problem with the man. We had a disagreement. I felt that he was attacking me at one point. It is what it is. It's social media. You know what I'm saying? He got his opinions of me. I might have my opinions of him. It's fair. It's a balanced situation. Okay, move on. Right? So I hope that I was able to say something in this particular live that helped all parties involved. I'm a man of my word. And if there's more that I got to do, then I'll do it. Especially with the Rollo situation. If Rollo is viewing, if you feel there is something else I got to do that maybe I left out, something I need to clear up, that you may feel that needs to be spoken about to repair any sort of damage that I may have caused you, even though the situation is done, but just in case. Because again, I don't believe in apologies. I don't believe in saying I'm sorry. I don't like that. I get offended when people do that. I feel that if you wronged a man, right, there's something you got to do, right? So if I did enough in this particular video to kind of clear the air, if Rollo feels, if you feel that there's something I missed out or something that I need to do to, I guess, restore your image or something that may have affected your public image in these YouTube streets, then you let me know. And I would make a video about that situation, or I'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I'm just trying to clear the air. And I'm not fake. You know what I mean? That's why I'm speaking live to the people. But again, I appreciate Brainwavezz for making his content, for making the videos. At first, I was like, what is this guy doing? You're wasting your time, you know, but in the end, it's like the Most High knows how to soften a man's heart to the point where a man might be a little stubborn and he'll listen. You know what I mean? He'll listen a little bit and make necessary adjustments in his life to better a situation. So that's all I'm going to say on the situation. And I don't know, man. I was shocked to see that Nubreed actually fell out with this particular guy because I thought that they were going to be cool. I thought that Brainwavezz and Nubreed was cool. I really believe. I would have never thought that I would hear him call him a snake. Because I'm like, where? Why? What did he do? Like, what did Brainwavezz say that warrant throwing him under the bus? I thought you rock with him. I can understand you calling me names because you have an issue with me, but him? And this is why I roll solo, y'all. This is why, man. This is why I roll solo. Y'all think I'm crazy when I talk about these things, but it's serious, man. It's like you don't even want to interact with people at times, man, because it's like you have these fallouts and it's like it just makes you just want to be by yourself, man. It's crazy, you know? But we're going to get up on out of here. I might do another video later on. I might and whatnot. I got a lot of deliveries that's coming in. I got a lot of work to do with the studio. Y'all going to love the new studio, man. Y'all going to really love it. I'm thinking about buying some new screens for the studio. Some nice monitors for the wall. It's going to be different, right? It's going to be different. I'm going to be doing a lot of content and whatnot. I just want this video to be a little more on the positive side because there's been a lot of negativity lately, a lot of back and forth. And I know the people don't like it, but at the end of the day, it's necessary. It has to be done, right? It's just that Brainwavezz got tired of seeing the nonsense. He got tired of the back and forth. and whatnot. I didn't even share my documentary yet. I didn't even get to share my story, right? But at the same time, at least somebody in these streets decided to speak to try to get the men to come together. So, it's appreciated, right? It's appreciated. And I can humble myself to acknowledge that. It doesn't matter how large a channel is in order to acknowledge another man for his contributions and his work. Just because his channel is smaller doesn't mean I don't watch. I might be watching in the clouds at the brother's channel to listen to what he says. You know what I'm saying? Even before trying to clear the air with the Rollo situation, I still watch Rollo's channel. I still watch his channel, y'all. See, you can be in disagreements or whatever the case is, and you can still watch somebody's channel. All right? So just know that. People are always in the clouds watching, right? Always in the clouds watching. So again, to the men in question, to Rollo, Brainwavezz, we just got to grow. We're brothers in the truth. We're men. We're grown men. We mature. We learn. We're in the public's eye. We may not agree on everything, but one thing we got to agree on moving forward is respect. I'm not going to be making any videos about brainwaves in terms of anything that's negative. I'm not going to have anything negative to say moving forward. With Rollo, I'm not making any more videos regarding Rollo in any sort of negative light. I'm not going to do that. All the old videos, that's the old videos. That's a public record of what took place. But moving forward, I will do that. In any of my old videos, because I'm not going to take the videos down, but what I will do in any old videos is I will pin a comment at the top acknowledging the fact that I don't got no issues with Rollo and so forth. That way, if anybody watch any of my old videos, they don't think that, oh, you still beefing with this person or you beefing with that person. They won't think that because they'll see the comment pinned at the top, right? To me, that's my way of handling a situation. And like I said, if there is something more that Rollo may feel that was done to him that was wrong, then let me know. Let me know what that is. Because like I said, I don't got no problem with you. Brainwavezz was instrumental in bringing men together without bringing them together. It's sort of like making men humble themselves. The Spirit have a way of doing that when one of us take that initiative to just start the fire. And then the Most High will do the rest. He'll start to turn men's hearts to humble themselves. So we're going to get up on out of here, man. Right? We'll get out of here. I got to get something to eat. I'm hungry. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure you rock with the platforms. Make sure you subscribe to Rollo's channel. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to Brainwavezz Advice Topics and LLCs. Check out his video. I'm going to put it in the description box. Right? And that's about it, fam. If we can learn how to disagree and do it in a way that is respectful, the world will be a better place, man. Because as content creators, it can get really messy. I understand everybody got platforms, everybody got images they trying to uphold. They in the public eye, nobody wants to look bad, but right is right, wrong is wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong. In this situation, somebody is right and somebody is wrong. And it's up to you, the people, to decide. That being said, I'm going to sign out. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat, everybody in the building. Y'all take care. Have a blessed night. And it is what it is. So shout out to everybody. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. I got to get me something to eat and prepare for tomorrow's work. I got a lot of work to do with the studio, right? Very, very expensive order I had to make, and I had to do it. But I appreciate everybody that support via the Cash App, everybody that support the show. I know I haven't shouted out everybody with the Cash App. I'm pretty sure you know that I'm busy, but I'm gonna do that, in a future video, right? So y'all take care. RINGOTV Reactions out. I'll catch you later. Peace and blessings.